A Tauri is a low to intermediate mass, which is around 0.5 to 2 solar mass, young stellar object, otherwise known as a YSO, that will evolve into a late F to M spectral type dwarf on the main sequence of an HR diagram. Let's take a look at a Tauri. On the left, we see the Tauri. Notice we see a cocoon off to the side. This Tauri is not quite a star yet. It is a young stellar object. It is still contracting from its cocoon, so it's just emerging from its cocoon of gas and dust. We just start to see the object, but it's not quite a star yet. It's still contracting to become a star. On an HR diagram, where luminosity increases on the vertical axis and temperature increases on the horizontal axis, we would find these Tauris not on the main sequence, which is this black diagonal that we see. We would see them just to the right of the main sequence, right about in this range. They're like the Herbig AEBE objects, which are objects that have just emerged from their cocoons, but the Tauris have lower mass. These objects are low to intermediate mass, whereas the Herbig AEBEs are intermediate to high mass, young stellar objects. They've emerged from their cocoon. If they were in the cocoon, they would be to the right of this dashed line. But since they've emerged from their cocoon, they're between the main sequence line and the dashed line, just below the Herbig AEBEs, and they will eventually evolve to late F to M spectral types. Spectral type is like temperature. We would end up with a late F, G, K, M spectral type, where spectral type is along the horizontal axis. We would end up with a late F, G, K, or M object, otherwise a 0.5 to 2 solar mass object on the main sequence. But it's not quite there yet. It's still contracting and forming a star, otherwise known as a Tauri, low to intermediate mass young stellar object.